Well, Chase, welcome to the FIA Sport Conference in Geneva. Let's start with the new Formula One calendar. Why release it so early in the game?
Well, I think we want to give our promoters and our events time to plan and time to really make these events. We've talked about the importance of making these events bigger, broader, more engaging, engaging the city, involving multiple dimensions, music, food, exhibitions. Those things require planning. We want those events to be marketed properly, sold properly, and to do all those things well. We think it's important our promoters have enough time to plan and put all the things in motion they need to do.
Now, obviously, you've been, as Liberty Media, considering coming into Formula One for some years now, and you played no part in the 2017 Formula One regulations, but you've inherited them in your first season. It's certainly produced some very exciting racing so far. What's your overall view of the 2017 Formula One cars?
I want racing that is exciting. I want racing that has action. We want uncertainty. We want drama. We want the shock and awe that comes with the speed and sound of the sport. I think it's an important part of it. So I probably can judge more what I want the end results to be. I think we feel very good about the results so far this year. We've had good competition on the track and some exciting races, some good competition at the front. But by and large, what I can sit there and do is say, this is what I'd like the racing to be like in terms of competition, in terms of action, in terms of, again, the things that really sort of create that unique memory for fans, particularly those that are there live. But it's really Ross and his team that are probably the ones that are the ones equipped to figure out how do we get to that result.
Now, obviously, you've been pretty open already to other forms of motorsport. A very early piece of business was to convert GP2 into Formula 2, to complete that pathway. You gave the start at the Le Mans 24 Hours, which is obviously a great honour.
Which was great fun.
And obviously Fernando Alonso went with your blessing to compete in the Indianapolis 500. Formula 1 seemed to be, in the past, always very closed off to other categories. Why do you have this approach?
I think first, I think we have a view that what's good for the automotive sports business is good for those of us in it, including us. And I think to be able to provide more things that engage and connect with fans. I mean, in reality, a lot of motorsport fans enjoy multiple forms of motorsport. And our goal is to make this as engaging and exciting a fan experience as possible. And if connecting with more forms of motorsport make the experience more enjoyable for fans, more interesting for fans, that's serving our purpose. And I think we, as the pinnacle of motorsports, should be the ultimate beneficiary of making motorsports stronger, more popular, more open, more engaging to a broader level of fans. I mean, we want to bring as many fans as possible into the motorsport world, and we think if we get them into the world, we will benefit as the premier motorsport, in the business.
We're here this week, speaking of the pinnacle of motorsport, we're here this week discussing the balance between technology and entertainment. Obviously, there's a very strong track to road story for a lot of the participants in Formula One, but equally, you come from an entertainment background. Would I be right in thinking that your emphasis is, although you want technology to be at the pinnacle of Formula One, you want to put the emphasis on the entertainment? I
think it's important we recognize that both those pillars are part of what really makes Formula One special. It is a sport, but it's a sport that engages technology in a very unique way. And I think it's that marriage that in some ways makes Formula One unique in the sports world. But that being said, yes, first and foremost, we're a sport. We're a sport that wants to excite, thrill, and engage fans with great competition. But I think it is important that that aspect of technology that is so interesting to so many fans, we continue to build on and capitalize on as part of the sport. But yeah, I'd say first and foremost, we're a sport.
And finally, we mentioned earlier on, touched on the fact that you did that deal to bring Formula 2 into the bill of Formula 1. How important is it for you that you have a good pathway? Because you've said in the past many times, the drivers are your stars. So you really want to curate that pathway to make sure the best talent comes to the top.
No, I think it's tremendously important for us that we do everything we can to make sure we are developing we're participating and help developing the stars of the future, the drivers of the future, providing an opportunity for more people to engage in it, providing an opportunity for the cars of the future to continue to evolve, so that we are playing a role in developing the sport around the world, and I think particularly in places where we hope for the sport to grow. Like, we'd love to have a U.S. driver, a Chinese driver, a Brazilian driver Again, all of that with respecting, and we've always said, the critically important role of the foundation in Western Europe, still being, the foundation on which we build. But we want to continue to build and develop the capability for those to enter and be part of the motorsport world from, really places around the globe. I mean, it is the global aspect of this sport, again, is a truly, distinguishing and, and tremendously important part of this sport, and we need to play a role in developing the sport for the future.
Great. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.